Alright, welcome back everyone. In this lecture we'll be installing the proxy chain and we'll be getting started with it. Alright, so without taking much time, let's get started. So let's first go to the Kali machine, and I'm here. Okay, we have our terminal ready. Now the first thing that you need to understand is, do we already have a Tor installed? So if you don't have Tor installed, it won't really work. So you should have Tor ready with it. You can verify if the Tor is working. So for that, make use of service Tor status. Okay, so it's working. In case it's not, then you can make use of sudo service Tor start. And if you see it's got stuck or something, you can restart it by sudo service Tor restart. Okay, so that's how it's gonna work. Make sure the Tor network is ready, because you remember, right? See, everything runs over the Tor network, so we should have the Tor ready with it. Once it is done, just go to a file, and because I'm working as a Kali user, so go to our access to a file and open it. Okay, so we have to edit the file. So in Linux, anything that you wanna, just like Windows, you wanna change some settings, you have a wonderful UI. But in case of Linux, you have configuration file. These are nothing but the text file. You just have to edit the text file, and then the setting changes, right? So go to it and /etc and then Proxychains. So you see the Proxychains strings config file, right? So that's done, right? So this is the proxy chain configuration. Whatever you do the changes in here, this will be impacted. Okay, so in proxy chain there are three kind of changes. We'll talk about two of them, the dynamic chain and the strict chain. Strict chain is, you see, so something in the hash is disabled, okay, just like in coding, right? And this thing which is without hash, it is enabled. Okay, so you see the strict chain is enabled. It means that it will be done if all the peers, all the nodes are ready. If it's not, then the chain won't be formed and the traffic won't be going through it. But in case of dynamic change, even if one pair, even if one node is ready, available, it can forward the traffic, right? So it's always good to start with the node. So you just have to remove the hash and it's get enabled. You see it's now turned white in a way. Now at the end, you should also verify two more things. First is the DNS leak test. DNS leak ensures that even if you changes your location, you take the DNS request from that location only. Just imagine why it is important is because even if you take a Tor network or multiple VPN service provider, if your DNS request goes from your personal system, it's easy to understand. Okay, you are going through the traffic, you are reaches to the destination through multiple hop, but your DNS request done locally. So in that case, anybody, or it's not that secure enough, because your DNS privacy is still not protected. So with proxy chain, you can ensure that the whenever you test, if your traffic goes through multiple hop, let's say it exit from Dutch, so your DNS request should also be going through the Dutch itself, right? So that way you can even not only secure your HTTP traffic, web traffic, but you even secure your DNS request, because that would be done through the same tunnel, same path itself. And when this problem happen, even though you goes through the chain, through the tunnel, but you take the DNS request locally, that's called DNS leaked. Alright, so I'll tell you how to do the leak test as well. So once this is done, you can go down and yeah, you can see this is already enabled. Proxy DNS request, no leak for DNS data. It is already enabled because it has been turned white. You can also add another SOC. SOC is the proxy protocol basically. So SOC 4 and SOC 5 are one. You can add some more as well. You can make use of SOC 5 and then 127, which is your local IP address. 127.0.0.19050, that's gonna be local port. You can do Control X. It would say save modify data. You can type yes. And do you want to keep the same file name? If you hit enter, it will be same. And usually if somebody modify the file, they just make a copy of it and then modify it. But in this case, because this is we are not going to make multiple files, so it's okay to press enter. Now it's done. Our proxy chain setup is all ready. Now let's test it. Now let's test it with accessing browser first. Okay, so let's say I do the proxy chains. If you wanna, let's say, access browser maybe. So what you can do is, let's say I wanna make use of Firefox, maybe google.com. Okay, I can type enter and okay, looks, oh my god, you see this, this is SOC 5. Okay, I missed something in the configuration file, because it says that this protocol, this SOX protocol seems to be invalid. So there has to be some correction, some manual correction for sure. So you can go there. You have to be very, very cautious. Okay, and this is the problem, because I didn't mention 5 over here. It's a SOX 5 protocol. Alright, so pretty sometimes it becomes difficult if you don't notice or don't recognize your error well. Okay, because I realized this error is something which is very clear if you doesn't have a number. So I can again go back to the same query, Proxychains Firefox google.com, hit enter, and you see these Google opens up. Similarly, if you want to open maybe Bing, of course there's not much difference to it, but yeah, just to show you, restart required. This is maybe because it has been opened somewhere else, so that could happen. Similarly, you can also make use of Nmap. So I'll show you how that, if you are into ethical hacking, then you should really understand making use of Nmap scanner for scanning. Let's say your destination is open for certain ports, or what are the IP addresses are live, or is it talking, or is the port 80 for HTTP or HTTPS or DNS is open or not. You can get to know all those stuff with Nmap. Nmap is super powerful, robust scanner, okay, and freely available as a part of open source. What you can do is you can make use of same command with Nmap so that your activity will be hidden. So let's say I do the Nmap. Just make sure you have a prepended with Proxychains. Nmap, let me scan it with port 80 maybe, so -p, and with version as well. And let me scan to Nmap itself. You see it was pretty quick, right? It has made use of dynamic chains. You can see over here, because we have disabled the static chain, and it has successfully scanned it, and looks like the port 80 is open on scanme.nmap.org. Alright, so you get the details, you get the idea, right? So this is how it really works. I hope this was really helpful to you, and this is one of the most, proxy chain, people make use of proxy chain on a very limited way, but there are many cool stuff like a pro that you can make use of it. That will talk about it in an advanced session as well. But till then, keep making use of it, and I hope you like the rest of the